Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakbadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth to rule well. And I want to say shalom to you, welcome Aquat out there pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. This one's titled, Your Favorite Food is a Heathen Custom. Alright, of course, food being in parentheses because these things you're eating are not food, Jake. Alright? It's not food. Okay, there's no such thing as unclean food. Alright, if it's unclean, it's not food. Okay, and these things that, it's all part of heathen customs. Alright, it's a heathen culture to eat these things because we never ate those things. Alright, that was never in our culture, our custom to eat those things. Okay, so where did you get them from? Okay, you got them from heathens, alright, because we were scattered, and that's where you got them from. Alright, they're all over there eating, cockroaches on sticks and shit. Now Jake's over here, eating all this weird shit. Okay? So your favorite food is a heathen custom. Of course, food being in parentheses, because it ain't no fucking food, man. Sea spiders are not food. Alright, bottom feeding, nasty little sea cleaners are not food. Alright, they're there for a reason to clean the ocean, not so you can fucking go to, make some crunch and munch out of them. So we're gonna start up with a video. Alright, and this is the video where it originally came from. Then I was looking for a video and I found a video that was posted by a brother. This one is not a brother, it's just this guy, Ruard Mason. I'm not sure who he is, but it came across. It was like a random short I found, browsing shorts one day, and this one's from a brother. We're gonna get that one. And there was another video that I was looking for that I couldn't find, and it's basically that bug out guy that was doing Yahushai Day, and I couldn't. There was a video that brothers posted a clip of, and let's see if somehow it would be in there. No, it's not. But it was a video. Let's try again. That a brother reposted. I can't remember which brother it was, but it was a video of that guy that did Yahushai Day. All right, that bug out. All right, talking about how for Christmas. All right, well, not for Christmas. He's gonna probably call it something else. They're gonna be having all sorts of hams and even other weird abominable shit. And I was hoping, Lord willing, it'll come across the screen any moment and any time. It usually pops up. I've seen it before, but it usually pops up. But of course, when you need it, that's not the case now, is it? But we'll give it a couple more hefty little looks, and we'll see if anything pops up, shows its way. I don't remember if it was on this account or another account where I actually saw the video, so it might not be in here. But we'll give it a couple little looks. We can actually go over to the channel and give it a check. This was the guy here. There's a video I made. What was it? It was 70 MBY AOD, and it's crazy how much how many people went over and looked at the video. But this is the bug out guy that I was speaking about, but I don't know which one was actually the video, because it was a clip from one of those videos, and I don't know which it was. There's this one, and we've shown that before, alright, with Jake, all this, and I wonder if this is the video we was probably calling, GMS Pharisees. Let's see.
Well, first of all, I didn't lie. I did not lie, you niggas on video, man. And it was so succulent that motherfuckers gotta fight theyself, man. They gotta fight theyself. They eat. You Jimmy Dean sausage, pepper bacon eating motherfucker. Probably got a barbecue grill in your front yard, but now all of a sudden you're the super Hebrew. You're the super Hebrew. I don't eat that stuff. I don't eat that. That's not good. That's not good for you. The law says, nigga, where was the law when your ass was born? If the Most High didn't want us eating it, he would have gave us a fair opportunity from birth, like he did our ancestors, since you want to bring them up. All right, but now, That ain't it. Y'all motherfuckers trying not to relapse.
And this is what a wicked man looks like. This is the state of mind. And this guy's he's actually a really perfect example of what Jake is. You know, when they find out, the average Jake, all right, they don't want to change their way. They want to keep on doing the same shit that they've always been. Okay, where was the law when you were born? Still in effect. Dumbass ninja. What the fuck are you talking about, fucking idiot? Where was the law when you were born? Still in effect. The law's not done away with. What do you mean? Where was the law when you were born? What are you talking about? What the hell are you even mentioning? What are you even trying to convey? Okay, we're trying not to relapse. No, it's simple. You just don't eat the shit. It's that simple. It's not, I really want to eat it. No, that's not it. That's it. You can just look at it and say, I ain't eating that shit. It's that easy. We know your ass is like that. You couldn't relapse in the first place because you couldn't hold back. You saw some fucking sausage. I gotta have it. I gotta have it. Lord says you can't have that. I don't care. I gotta have it. Talking about we're on the borderline of a relapse. No, man, we look at the shit and say can't have it. You apparently you see that shit and start foaming at the mouth, fucking pork eating. That's why your ass is so goddamn fat. All right, cholesterol probably through the goddamn roof. All right, because all you eat is fucking pork. All right, you can look at a pork eater and just tell him by his face, fucking greasy ass skin and shit. All right, having the pork shits. All right, no, we don't miss that shit. All right, we don't miss that. And if there is anything that we quote unquote miss, there's better replacements, man. All right, you can have beef bacon. Some people like turkey bacon better. I like beef bacon better. All right, tastes great. All right, no need to go to pork bacon. All right, what about pepperoni? They got turkey pepperoni. Tastes fine. Tastes just the same. Just the same. Okay. And seafood, I never did like seafood. Okay, I never did like that shit. I never liked that fucking shrimps. When I was real young, my dad and me used to eat them. I was never a big fan of the shrimps and the goddamn cocktail salad. Not a big fan. Never have been. All right, not a big fan of. I was never a big fan of lobster. I don't even know if I've ever had lobster to be honest with you. But I've had crab. I've had what they call good crab. From the coast. The best crab still tastes like shit. All right, it doesn't taste good. I never liked it. Didn't like it. Tastes weird and fishy. Not a big fan of it. Never have been. All right, so it wasn't hard for me to quit that stuff. And pork, it was easy. Just stop doing it. Stop doing it. That's it. Okay, that's it. Just don't do it. All right, sausages. They make beef sausage. All right, you can have that. So this guy's really trying to justify to himself, okay, that he needs. You can't relapse if you never stop doing it, but he just wants you to take you down with him, man. Let's listen to a little bit more what he has to say. I haven't watched this video before now. I haven't watched this video, but now we got it, man. Hey, I gotta see more.
You motherfuckers trying not to relapse. Y'all trying not to get that catfish you used to like. Hey, remember fish fries? Huh? With that cornmeal? Remember oysters? Remember them crab legs? You suck that crab out. Oh, y'all remember the crab boil with the corn and the sausage in there? Oh, you motherfucker, y'all mouth watering right now. You like,
no, it ain't.
You motherfuckers trying to fight it. You like, no.
That's you. What you're describing is you. I have no. I don't go into a restaurant and look at a pork chop. Oh man. I wish I could have it. No, that's you, motherfucker. That's why you never stopped eating pork. You sitting there with your lard ass. That's why you never stopped eating it, because you loved it that much. It ain't that. It's a pork chop, dude. You act like you're losing life. All right, like you're acting like it's a fucking kidney transplant, man. Which is funny because I think this guy's kidneys are fucked up, and I just remember that I was just saying that, in a sentence, but then I remember this guy has kidney failure, probably because of all that goddamn fucking pork and all this weird ass shit you're putting in your body, man. All right, so and that's the Lord judging you, man. Judgment is always death. All right, it can come in many different flavors. All right, and so this guy, he's speaking from experience. All right, he's speaking what he goes through, what he feels. All right, when I go into a restaurant and I see they have pork or something, I'm not foaming at the mouth to get it. Oh man, I wish I could have that. That ain't me, and I know for damn sure that ain't the brothers, okay, or the sisters, okay, because it ain't that deep, man. It ain't that deep. It's simple. Don't eat the shit. You don't eat it. That's it. Don't eat it. That's all. It ain't even that important. You know, and some Jake really willing to die over some meat. Pork ain't even that good, man. It never was. It never was. It never was great, okay? Catfish, never had it. Heard it tastes like shit. All right. Well, who'd you hear from? Jake. All right. Heard it ain't that good. All right. Heard it ain't that good. Heard many people don't like it. All right. But some people do. All right. Probably the same people that be liking chitlins. All right. Those shitlins, those doo-doo noodles, man. All right. You're gonna really die over some fucking water cleaning fish and some fucking pork intestine. Really, man. And this guy's speaking from experience, man. He really is. Because that's how he feels. That's how he thinks that. Because he feels like that. When he goes and sees something, he has to have that pork. He loves that pork. He loves those crawdad, all that shit, man. Those frog. I used to love frog legs. Do I crave them now? No, I don't crave them now. All right, I don't. If I saw them on a plate, would I be like, oh? No, I'd say can't have that. Moving on. That's it. But this guy, he'd flip it out. He doesn't have any self-control. That's what he's speaking from, man. And call all you Halbash Meow Shy for this video, being put up into my face, because I wasn't even going to do it, but then something told me to. This guy's a great example. And call all you Halbash Meow Shy for the wonderful example for this lesson to show you how Jake acts, man. And this is a guy that considers himself in the truth. Calls on the name Yahalbash Meow Shy. And this is this guy, man. This is so. This is the video that, and we'll play it in a minute, but let's go grab a scripture. This is Leviticus 9. Let's first, before we get that, let's play the video, because that one's dealing with the fish. So let's go and talk. And really, you know what? He was mentioning crab and stuff, so we don't even need it. Let's get Leviticus 11 and 9. All right, this is the dietary law. First of all, let's just go to verse 1 that talks about what is Leviticus. All right, Leviticus is where the dietary law comes from. Verse 1, Leviticus 11 and 1, says, "And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying unto them, Speak unto the children of Israel," the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, "saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth." All right, and it goes on down to talk about, the land animals, right? And swine is mentioned. You cannot eat swine. If you go down to verse 7, it says, "And the swine," there's a well, we got to get verse 2, because it talks about there's two determining factor for these land animals. What has to be the case? It says, "Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among the beasts that are on the earth. All right, and it was verse 3. So what are the stipulations? "Whatsoever parteth the hoof," so it has to part of the hoof, "and is cloven-footed," all right, so cloven-footed, all right, Slakia, so it has to be cloven-footed, "and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat." So it has to be cloven-footed, and it has to chew the cud. Okay, it has to chew cud and be cloven-footed. Chew cud, be cloven-footed. Chew cud, be cloven-footed. Chew cud, be cloven-footed. What is it? What it has to do, Jake? Did you listen? It has to what? Chew cud and be cloven-footed. What if it chews cud and it's not cloven-footed? Can't have it. What if it's cloven-footed but it doesn't chew cud? Can't have it. Both. It has to chew cud and it has to be cloven-footed. Both. It can't be one or the other. Has to be both. All right. And if you go down to verse 7, "And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you." Can't have it. All right, because he does divide the hoof. All right, he is cloven-footed, but doesn't chew cud. So, shit out of luck on that one, Jake. No such thing as luck, but you know the saying. All right, you can't do it. You can't do it. It's in. I really want it. No, it's not that deep, Jake. It's not that deep, man. It's really not that fucking deep. All right, you're making it that way because that's how you feel. You lose your mind when you see a piece of pork or a piece of whatever fucking abominable sea creature that you're trying to eat. Okay, you lose your mind. It's not that deep, dude. Just move on past it. When I go to Costco and I go past the seafood section, I don't like the smell. I look at it, you think I'm like, oh man, I wish I could have. No. Make my way past it, go to a section of something that I can have, and get it. That's you, you fucking lard-ass bitch. You want to know why? Because you have no self-control, man. You have no self-control, and you're an excellent representative of what most Jake is today. No fucking self-control. Can't follow a rule for shit. All right, want to do whatever you want to do. Now, to hell with what the Lord says. I'm gonna do it this way. That's you, Jake. That's you, man. And here you are. You're thinking that you're the Lord's chosen people. You're gonna make it. All right. No, man. You're a 2/3. In that mindset, you're a 2/3. Okay. And you're going to be saved by the law. No, we're not saved by the law. We're saved by grace. But it also says in that scripture that because we're under grace, not the law, should we just willfully sin? Yahweh forbid, roughly paraphrasing. You can't just do whatever you want because the law is not done away with. But we're not under the law right now. We're under grace. All right, under a grace period. That doesn't mean the law was done away with. Some people take that and run with it and say, oh, the law's done away with. The law's not done away with. Okay, we're just under grace right now. The law's not done away with it. We're just not under the law right now. We're just under grace. Okay? Doesn't mean we can willfully sin. All right? Does not mean we can sin willfully. Okay? So we can go and grab that real quick to prove it. Not under the law, under grace. Let's go and get that. It's Romans 6:14. It says, for sin shall not have dominion over you. Why? For ye are not under the law, but under grace. Does it say the law was done away with? No, it says that we're not under the law. Okay, verse 15 says, what then? Shall we sin? What is sin? Transgression of the law. Let's go. We got to prove that. This is 1 John 3 and 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law. What is sin? Transgression of the law. Breaking the law. Sin is breaking the law. Sin is transgressing the law. Okay? So, shall we sin? Shall we break the law because we're not under the law? Shall we break the law because we're not under it? But under grace? Yahweh forbid. There you go. No. Just because we're not under the law doesn't mean we should just break it. We're not under the law. Let's commit adultery and smoke weed and kill people. Woohoo! No. But, Jake has no self-control. And as soon as they find out a little bit of anything, they find out that they're Israelites and that, the Lord's a so-called black man. And then what do they go on? They're black. The Lord's black. We're black. Black culture. Incorporating black and Israeliteness together. All right, we're black and we're Israelites. All right, I'm black and I'm black and I'm black, y'all. And that's it. Standing there with fucking blickies, all right, on their hips. All right, wearing a black shirt, all right, with the tetragrammaton on it and some fringes. All right, throwing up gang signs still. And I'm not saying that's an example. That's a conglomerate of just things. All right, I'm sure there's some camp out there that has their own. Yeah, this symbol right here, this is the symbol I throw up right here. Yeah, I throw up my two first fingers, and then I bend my pinky to the right. All right, that's our symbol. That's our symbol. Not a gang, but our camp. No, so, look, Jake doing too much, man. All right, and just cause it's a camp, all right, doesn't mean that you're good. There's many camps out there that are completely wrong and off and are doing terrible shit. All right. And it's one thing to do terrible shit, all right, and be in the world, but it's another thing to do terrible shit under the name of the Lord, all right, to be calling Thanksgiving Yahweh Day and eating pork, and it's just, it's one thing to be at home, watching BET with fucking pork grease dripping down your fingers and your neck, all right, say, yo, what it is, blood, just bicking back being bull. I'm just, cuz is more of a crip thing, but whatever. But, doing that shit, and then there's wearing fringes and calling on the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and doing it. That's just, you don't know. You can't bring the world into this truth. That ain't how it works, man. And it's disgusting. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. Okay? So you can't mix. Those things don't mix, man. It's like I've said before. It's like that Mobb Deep song. All right, put them together. It's like mixing vodka and milk. It don't mix. Okay? It does not mix. It's gonna curdle. Okay, and you're going to bug out, be sitting on a video, looking all pork grease filled, fucking telling everybody about how you have no self-control, man. It's ridiculous. You cannot do it. You cannot eat the shit. You cannot. Don't do it. This guy's losing his mind, actively on video.
You motherfuckers crazy as hell. All right? What your people saw has thought is that they saw me living free, like I'm supposed to. All right? No, I'm not going to come down there. No, I'm not going to talk to your elders. Those are your elders, not mine. They are not over.
And he's just talking, but everybody's coming against this guy, man. Everybody was coming up against this guy. He doesn't like it. And look at all the simplicity. And you think, oh, surely nobody's following this guy. No, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people following this guy. 450 subscribers, 121 likes. That's more likes than, most good lessons get. All right, if we go and find a good lesson, if we go and find, if we just go find a random lesson in one of the elders' videos, 153. Well, it's actually, a little bit less, but this video should have no likes. It should have no followers. All right, it's completely ridiculous, and that's one of the apostles' videos. This is one of the apostles' videos. Okay, so he's up there with apostle number of viewers and not subscribers, but like watches and likes. That's ridiculous, man. And these people, mad at marinated meat. My gosh, y'all been missing out. Snap, King David got time today. Get him, King David. Yeah, because this guy thinks he's King David. That guy thinks he's King David. And that's what happens, man, when you bug out. You start thinking you're King David. Everybody thinks they're King David. Why does nobody think they're Saul? Why does nobody ever think they're the spirit of Cain? Why does anybody ever say they're Judas? All right, why is it always, I've heard the elder Menatazatba talk about, why is it always someone good? Okay? Why is it always someone good? All right, why is it always like King David or Simon or Pete? Or why is it never anybody bad? All right, and this guy ain't King David, man. This guy is not King David. It could not be. This guy's old. All right, and he couldn't have been King David. All right, couldn't have been King David. All right, King David was in One West and his name was King Masha. Okay, and I never got to meet him. All right, but if the apostles say it so, and they would know better than I. Okay. Then that's how it goes, okay? And that man, King Masha, all right, who taught in One West, all right, has since passed on, all right? So he's since passed on, all right? And this could not, with this guy being old, all right, older, all right, and he's probably, I'm guessing by his face and the grayness of the beard, probably around in his 50s. All right, probably 50s. All right, maybe mid to late 50s. All right, maybe I wouldn't say early, probably mid. If I had to guess, I'd say he's about 56, 55. All right, if I had to guess. All right, if I had to guess, and then my guess doesn't mean shit. But if I had to guess, with the apostles being up there in years, all right, and that, and being back in One West. All right, and being King Masha was an older man. All right, there's no way you could have been reincarnated. There's no way. There's just no way. You're not it. All right, and King David, I'm not even looking at this fucker's face anymore. I can't even look at him. I'm sick of seeing his fucking pork-ridden face. He's got bad skin because all the oil's seeping into it. It's just disgusting, man, and I'm just done with it. And he's not King David. Everybody thinks they're King David. You're not. You're not King David, okay? So this is Leviticus 11:9, talking about, remember the catfish and remember this and that and the crab and the lobster or whatever he was talking about. No, you can't have it. This is Leviticus 11:9 back in the dietary law once again. That you don't care though. You don't give a shit. You could care less because you don't like the Bible. Really, you don't. You like the whatever the fuck you like. I don't even know what you like, Jake. I don't even know why you're in this truth. Just go back into the world. It's not that hard. Just go back into the world, Jake. If you want to keep eating pork, why do you have to be 1 foot in, 1 foot out? Why do you have to try to bring shit with you? Why do you got to try to bring weed smoking and pork eating into the truth? Why? Just stay in the world, man. It's not that hard. Just stay in the world. You obviously do not want to be in here. You don't want to have any self-control. You don't want to change. Just stay in the world. No one's stopping you, But do not dare try to bring that shit, all right, into this ministry, because you can't bring a clean thing out of unclean. Well, we're doing it in the name of the Lord. That's even worse. And the Most High is going to tear your ass up. This is Leviticus 11:9. It says, "These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat." There's our dietary law for the things in the water. All right, our dietary law for the things on in the world, on the earth. All right, and on the physical, and grass, or what? They must chew the cud and they must be cloven-footed. That's that. All right, and then there's one for even bugs, which we can't eat very many bugs. It's mostly just like grasshoppers, right? So, and I believe maybe some beetles, depending on the scripture. I'd have to go and check it. But very, 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 very few bugs can we eat. But this is for the water. All right, and then we have one from the skies. Birds that we're allowed to eat, birds that we're not allowed to eat. Land animals that we're allowed to eat, land animals that we're not allowed to eat. Bugs that we're allowed to eat, bugs that we're not allowed to eat. Things in the water that we're allowed to eat, and things in the water that we're not allowed to eat. All right, and it doesn't name everything. There's a ton of animals out there. It's not going to be able to name everything. All right, you know how long that would take? But at the start, all right, it tells us what can we have in the water. If it doesn't name catfish, how are we going to know that we can't have catfish? In the waters, it has to have scales, it has to have fins. All right? Now it says right here, Leviticus 11 and 9, it says, "These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat." In the water. Okay? It doesn't matter if it's in the sea, doesn't matter if it's in a river, doesn't matter if it's a lake. If it's in the water, all right, the seas, rivers, wherever it is in the water, it has to have fins and it has to have scales. Does catfish have scales? Oh, and by the way, it's the same thing with the animals. It has to chew cud, and it has to be cloven-footed. It has to have fins, and it has to have scales. All right? Catfish do not have scales. Can't have it. Can't have it. Throw it away. Can't have it. Catfish do not have scales. Catfish do not have scales. Catfish do not have scales. Their bodies are often naked. They do not have scales. Let's go look at one. Does it look like it has scales? Let's see. Doesn't look like it has scales to me. Let's see. I don't see any scales. Still not seeing none. Looks like a smooth fish to me. All right, let's look up. Does tilapia have scales? It does, by the way. Yep. Oh, look, fins, scales. Fins, scales. Fins and scales. Fins and scales. It's easy, okay? Tilapia have scales, just like most fish do. Most fish do. Indeed, most fish do indeed. All right, you can't have shark. Shark doesn't have scales. Can't have it, okay? So, and you got, does lobster have scales? No. Does a crab have scales? No. Does an eel have scales? No. Does an octopus have scales? No. Does a squid have scales? No. Does a shrimp have scales? No. You can't eat them. You can't eat them. Okay? You cannot eat them. Verse 10. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, and all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. They shall be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses in abomination. Okay? Whatsoever hath no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you. There you go. And it goes on to talk about the things that are in the things that fly, right? The things that are flying around. Okay? And these are they which ye shall have an abomination among the fowls. They shall not be eaten. They are an abomination. The eagle, and the ostrich, and the osprey, and it continues on, right? And the vulture, so you can't have those things, right? And the vulture and the kite after his kind, every raven after his kind, and the owl and the nighthawk, and the cuckoo and the hawk after his kind, right? And it goes on, okay? So there you go, okay? So you can't have those things, and so where did we get those things from? All right, and we as in Israelites, all right. Where did our people start? When did they start eating catfish? When did they start eating lobster and crab? When did they start eating shrimps? When did they start eating octopus and squids? When did they start eating when did they start eating raw foods? When did they start doing that? Okay, when did that happen? When did that happen? Well, let's go see. Let's go check it out. Who do you think does this the most? Moab. okay? And a bunch of other nations, they all do it, but Moab's the biggest offender. Moab is the biggest offender with eating abominable shit. So here we go. Look at this. It's abominable, man. Watch this. It's disgusting. I'm not going to even say what it is. Just watch. Still alive. Shrimps. Still alive. Look.
Hush. Well, I thought she was going to cook them first. Apparently, you've just got to shake them. As a Westerner, this is pretty rank. No, they're all still moving.
Just shake them to death.
Oh my god. We'll just pretend it was a big earthquake. That's how they all died. It's all quiet in Shrimp Town. No, it's not.
It's abomination. Fucking
Quite
gross.
nice, spicy, and completely guilt-free. Not. Sometimes foods can be too fresh.
That's Moab, man. That's Moab. That's Moab. And there was actually another video I saw from the same guy. Let's see. Look, duck fetus in Vietnam. Look at this.
I'm in Vietnam, kids, and we're eating duck fetus, so strap in, buckle up, and scream into your
Can't have
eyeballs,
duck.
bleed.
When it comes to snacking, I'm a carrot sticks and hummus kind of guy. Never before my visit to Saigon, Vietnam, has someone suggested I nibble on a fetus that's been boiled alive. And to my
I guess at least it's not raw, I
sometimes
guess.
foods can be too fresh.
Look at this. This
This
one's gross
lady's
too.
about to eat a live squid shooter, a popular market snack in Bangkok. Although this was quite shocking to me as a Westerner, I saw 5 people in as many minutes jump at the chance to have squid sashimi so fresh it's still trying to bloody swim. Firstly, the customer hands over a few dollars in local currency and puts on plastic gloves. Next, a shot glass with a chili, lime and fish sauce dressing is prepared. Then, well, take a look for yourself.
You just drown the animal in the sauce. You just drowned it to death.
Sometimes foods can be too fresh. This
Yeah, and that's where you got it from, Jake. So you're literally getting your cultures from Hangzhou, Hangzhou, Hangzhou. That's the fucking those people, man. Fucking, and the people that can't see, the people that eat cockroaches on sticks, and squid, the people that literally, go back to having, they literally had sex with their father, man. That's how Moab, their lineage was, and they're inbred. They're literally inbred, and they're slow and they're stupid, man. It's just that, and that's who you're learning from. Congratulations, Jake. That's your teacher right there. That's who you decided to live your cultures by and eat, shrimps and crawdads and lobsters and shit, because they're the fucking ones that do that. They eat anything. They eat anything. All right, literally, sushi was made by some old Asian woman, literally picking rice and pieces of dead fish out of a bird's nest that was for the baby birds, and just ate it and started making it. You really?
I'm in Vietnam.
And that, look, here's Jake, and then we saw Jake in the beginning advocating it. All right, here's Jake. Bear leg and pork chop.
Back in the day when they had electricity, they ain't have a stove,
Let me pause this.
they ain't had a fireplace. One-stop shop. Old school cooking. I cook without a stove, with a stove. But the milk fried pork chop, look at it. Nice and golden brown.
We don't need to read anymore. Not read anymore. We don't need to watch anymore. It's Jake, man. This is Jeremiah 10:2. It says, Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Okay, and that's what you do, Jake. That's literally what you do. You just learn the way of the heathen. All right, that you've learned the way that Moab eats. All right, the way that Ham eats. All right, the way that Ishmael. Well, Ishmael doesn't really. They probably eat some abominable things. All right, and and I'm sure some Ishmael does, because you got that food that's halal, which for the most part, we can have, but you got to realize halal, they don't eat pork, but they do say that seafood is halal. All right, and for example, if you don't know much about that Muslim culture, all right, they have two things. There's halal, which is basically it's like their version of kosher, right? It means it's permitted, and there's haram. All right, and haram means that you cannot have it. All right, to them. All right, seafood, crawdads, lobster, crab, all that stuff is halal, all right, which means they can have it, all right? So you got to even watch out for that food, because we try to eat, I've had, like, halal food before by this company called the Halal Guys, because they make, it was like a what do they call it? It was almost like Greek. They had, like, gyros and stuff. But yeah, I mean, you even got to watch out with kosher food, because there's someone out there making kosher pork at one point in time. And you can't make kosher pork. That's not how it works. Okay? So, but these anybody wants to just try to get around. They try to get around the law, and you just can't, man. You just can't eat. You cannot eat those things. You can't do it. It's not allowed. Don't do it. It's that simple. Stop it. Don't do it. Get some help, right? So, and bear with me one moment while I turn my lamp on. I gotta yell at the digital assistant. Hey Google, turn on my light. Any moment now. There we go. But, and I've talked about that before. People go, oh, you allowed to Google in your house? They're listening to you. Yeah, well, the Steam Deck's listening to me right now, and my TV's listening to me, because, and my phone's listening to me, so how much more one thing that's in a living room? Oh, boy. All right, so Jeremiah 10:2 again. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. You learn the way of the heathen, man. You eat like they do, you walk like they do, you talk like they do, you worship their gods. All right, and this all happened when we were being disobedient, worshiping other gods and doing things that we weren't. All right, so the Lord scattered us, kicked us out of our land of Israel. All right, and scattered us among the heathen. And where did we learn there? No, we didn't learn there. We did it even more so. Worshiped their gods and did this and did that, and So Deuteronomy 28:63 through 64 says, and it shall come to pass. This is one of the curses. And it shall come to pass that as the Lord rejoiced over you to do you good and multiply you, so the Lord will rejoice over you to destroy you and to bring you to nothing, right? That means nothing. And you shall be plucked from off the land, whither thou goest to possess it. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even to the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor their fathers have known, even wood and stone. All right, and then, it goes on in verse 25 to talk about the hard bondage that we're going to go through. It says, and among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest, but the Lord shall give thee there a trembling heart and failing of eyes and a sorrow of mind. But, and so that shows you that we were put over there. All right, and this next one we got in Psalms, all right, talks about what we did. It says, Psalms 106 and 34 through 35 says, they did not destroy the nations concerning whom the Lord commanded them. We didn't listen to anything the Lord commanded us, ever. Okay, that's why we're in the situation we are. You could tell us to jump to the right, we'd jump to the left, or we'd just sit down, all right? Our people were disobedient, they never listened, right? It says, they did not destroy the nations concerning whom the Lord commanded them, but were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. All right, and you got Jake wearing dreadlocks, which are Shiva Jatas. All right, you got Jake eating, abominable animals. All right, and calling it food. And if it's abominable, it's not food. There's no such thing as unclean food. If it's unclean, it's not food. You're not supposed to be eating it. And that's what happened with our people, man. Let's go on to Isaiah 30 and 8. Okay, rapid fire, because look, man, this is Jake, and they don't want to learn. You heard the guy at the beginning. All right, the guy who thinks he's King David. He wants to continue to eat what he wants to eat. He wants to continue to do whatever he wants. He wants to eat the crab if he wants to eat the crab, and there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it, right? And you're right, there's nothing we can do about it, but there's surely something that the Lord could do about it. All right, he can make you have a heart attack in the middle of the night because of all that pork grease and your cholesterol being so high. All right? And then everyone's going to say, oh, I didn't know what happened. I didn't know what happened. The Lord took him out. That's what happened. Psalms 106 and 34 to 35. It says, that's not what I wanted. I wanted Isaiah. Slakia. Isaiah 30 and 8 through 10. Now go, write it before them in a table, and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people. Jake is a rebellious people, right? That this is a rebellious people, lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. And that's and when you go over to places like that guy's video, and let's go back over there to that abomination fest. Let's go over there. Let's go back over there. It would probably be in my history. Let's go back over there, right here. If you go back over here,
in any capacity.
let's listen to a little bit more of what he has to say. I'm curious.
Your elders are pigeons to me. All right. So, you know, all I'm getting out of this, man, is y'all blowing me up on Instagram, putting my videos around. The thing is, all of y'all, man, all of y'all scoffing everything, y'all are condemned, man. Such. Let me show y'all what happened. This is from a motherfucker by the name of, let me make sure I get it right. Anointed Refreshings. Anointed. Anointed Refreshings.
And this guy's proud too. That's another thing that he's breaking the law, and he's very proud. You can see he thinks he's King David, and he's proud, and he thinks he's King David, and he thinks that he's exempt from judgment, and he's not.
Yeah, I'm talking about you, when he said, "Call not thou common what I have cleansed." Oh no, that was talking about the men. Try to come up with dumbass things to say, like somebody said, "Oh, y'all drink blood too." No, we don't drink no blood here. We ain't took no damn jab. We ain't done none of that shit, man. All right, we don't do that here. All right, no, we ain't talking about we gonna eat a lion. No, we're not gonna talk about we're eating a mouse. All right, no, we're not talking about we're gonna eat snakes. No, we're not doing none of that shit, man.
Why? Why not? You already eat pork. There's nothing more wicked than from eating pork to eating a snake. They're just as wicked. If you're eating pork, there's nothing wrong with eating a snake, right? Or a rabbit, or a duck, or a goose, right? Or an alligator, or a lion, or bobcat, or bear, right? I mean, you're already, right? I mean, going off of what you're saying, there shouldn't be anything wrong. They're all abominable, right? And they're dumb. This guy's dumb, man. And the thing is that this guy really thinks he knows something. And look at all these people that are following him. Put him on notice, King. And these guys are really following after this guy, thinking that he's King David, man. All praise the Most High, Yahweh Shemiah Shai. This person's over here, praising, the name of the real name. And that's the frightening part. They're not using a fake name. They're using the real name. All right, the real name of the Father, Yahweh, the real Son's name, Yahweh Shai. They're not calling on Yahweh or Yeshua or Jesus and any of these. They're doing this in the name of the real name, and that's horrifying, man. All these people are going to be rejected unless they repent. It's just. Look, man. It's just. Hey, it's this shows you, man. They and then they're over here because they can do whatever they want. All right. Look at this guy. This is great. Look, I do not have a hard time with not wanting pork bacon. I eat beef bacon. Hey, boom. Just as I said, I don't have a hard time not eating it. I like beef bacon. Beef bacon's great. Beef bacon is better than pork bacon. Of course, I don't remember what pork bacon tastes like, but beef bacon is fucking delicious as hell, man. That shit is delicious. I love beef bacon. Beef bacon, it's great. All right, I'm not a big fan of turkey bacon because it doesn't fry well. All right, that's the thing with like the pork bacon. Back when we used to eat it, it fries, it curls on the edges. The turkey bacon really doesn't do that. It kind of just stays dry. I don't really like it. But beef bacon does curl around the edges, and it gets crispy. I like it crispy. I like the bacon crispy. All right, beef bacon does all of that, man. A little bit more expensive than turkey bacon, but beef bacon, boom, perfect. This guy, hey, and I don't know if this is a guy or a girl. I imagine it's a guy. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna call them a brother. I don't know what they believe in. They might not just not agree with him, but they might be on something else. So I don't know. So I'm not gonna jump and call them a brother. But they do have the right idea on this one. I will give them that. I do not have a hard time with wanting. This person's name is Sema J Truth 975. I do not have a hard time with not wanting pork bacon. I eat beef bacon. It is 10 times better than pork bacon. It says there are lawful choices available to substitute for pork bacon. You have gone off, brother. And I would go away from calling him brother, because that guy is not a fucking brother. He is not a fucking brother. He's not a brother. He's a fucking bug out is what he is. It says you have gone off, brother. Pride comes before destruction. And he's prideful. This guy's, and this guy is out, It says, I don't even want to say that before. I don't even want to, I don't want to mix the Lord's name with what this guy's about to say. He says, these camps are making their own burdens heavy with their self-righteousness. It's not self-righteousness, man. It's literally just don't eat it. It's not self-righteousness to say that you just don't eat pork. You just don't do it. It's to do. The thing is, you just don't love the Lord. This is John 14:15. If ye love me, keep my commandments. We love the Lord, so we keep his commandments to show reverence. Do you know what reverence means? Of course you don't, you dumbass fucking... I'm just not, Let me just calm down, okay? Let me calm down. But you morons, you don't know what reverence is because you don't have any. All right, you don't show any respect to the Lord because you're a bunch of fucking abominable demons. Okay, look at all these people. They are truly following Yahushua. Their burdens would be light. What if you come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation? What do you? And yes, let's go. What is Matthew 11:30? That's what it says. My yoke is easy and my burden is light. Yeah, through the things that we go through. Yeah, but in the way of it's. Look, you're bending things out of perspective, man. The things that it's easy to just not eat pork, all right? But apparently for you, it's not, all right? My burden is light. The law, all right? The law and the things that we're commanded to do by the Lord is not a burden, all right? It's not sorrowful on us, okay? So you don't understand that, though. You don't understand that. It's just, I don't even... Mad at marinated meat. Get him, King David. Go get him, King. Where have you been? I've missed you. King David out. I'm gonna eat bacon all day. Whatever the Lord blesses is good. Okay. When did the Most High bless swine? Alright. Bam! This guy says, when did Yahushua ever rebuke someone of eating swine in the New Testament? Don't bring old prophets up because Yahushua is greater than the prophets. This guy says he rebuked it when he told us that those who break the commandments, the law, and teach people to do so will be called the least in the kingdom. Hey, that's true. And teach men so shall be called. Let's get it. This is Matthew 5:19. It says, whoso therefore shall break one of these least commandments, and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. That's great. What did he come back and say? And to ask again, when did the Most High bless swine? Book, chapter, verse. This person said Acts 10 and 12 through 14. Let's go and see it. Let's go there. This was a dream. Okay, if this is the scripture I think it is. Let me go and get it. Well, be. Yeah, this was a dream. And correct me if I'm wrong, but that was a dream. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about, man? What is this?
Pork angel. I don't really give a fuck where y'all put me. I don't care how you splice up the videos. I don't care how many times you call me the fat man, pork pastor. He's a pork pastor. He got a pork demon. He got a pork demon. You know? All right, well, I ain't gonna say it's a demon. Why can't it be a pork angel?
Guy's a fucking retard. You're a fucking retard. You piece of shit. Anyway, that's our people. He's fucking dumb. And I don't even want to say our people. Our people isn't Jake, but you aren't of us. This is Jeremiah 32 and 33. Okay? And going back up to Isaiah 30 and verse 10. Those people down there, they don't want to hear that you can't eat pork. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear that they can do whatever they want. Okay? Verse 10, verse 9, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. Don't tell us that we can't eat pork. Speak unto us smooth things. Prophesy deceits. Tell us that we can eat pork, right? Tell us that we can do those things. Once again, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things. Speak unto us smooth things. Prophesy deceits. They don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear a lie. Alright? They want to hear a lie. Please lie to us. We don't like it when you say we can't eat our favorite meats. Please lie to us and tell us that we can eat those things. You can't eat those things. The Most High is going to kill you. We don't like that. We're going over here. This guy's the pork angel. Fucking the pork angel. The pork angel? Are you kidding me? God damn, this guy's an agent or something. You can't be serious with that shit. Romans 2 and 28 through 29. Well, I'm an Israelite, brother. I'm an Israelite. I'm King David. No, you're not. All right, and you're an Israelite, but you're not King David. All right, and you're an Israelite. Now what? Now what? Congratulations, you're an Israelite. Now what? You're just gonna get saved because you're an Israelite? You get a get out of jail free card. Everything's good. You're an Israelite. Wrap it up. All right, you can do whatever you want now. No. Verse 28, Romans 2 and 28. For he is not a Jew, which is one outwardly. You look like a Jew, talk like a Jew. All right. Neither is that circumcision, which is outward in the flesh. But he is a Jew, which is one inwardly. And the circumcision is that of the heart, in the spirit, and not in the letter, whose praise is not of men, but of Yahweh. Okay, it's on your inside. How do you act inside? How do you act when no one's around? How do you act? It's not just about the dress, the walk, and the talk. Are you one inwardly? Do you believe? Do you believe in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai? Do you believe in his commandments? Do you believe in his law? Do you trust in him? All right. Are you keeping the law, which you should be doing? We're not going to keep it perfect, but we're doing it to show reverence to the Lord. Okay, like the scriptures say, because we're not under the grace but under law, but because we're not under the law but under grace, shall we sin? Should we sin willfully? Right? Roughly paraphrasing, Yahweh forbid. Okay, no, we can't. You can't just do whatever you want, Jake. But Jake doesn't care. They don't want to hear that. They want to do whatever they want. They don't care. They have no respect. All right, and they don't know. Look, man. We're gonna close out with Isaiah 1 and 2 through 5. It says, "Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord hath spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth know, my people doth not consider. Ah, sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity. Iniquity is sin upon sin. A seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel to anger. They have gone away backwards. Why should ye be stricken any more? You will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart faint." And that's Jake, man. Your favorite food is a heathen custom. What you call food is really just shit. You shouldn't be eating it. You shouldn't be shoveling into your fat fucking pork-filled lips. Okay? And the Lord's gonna deal with all of you people that do. If you don't believe us, go ahead, keep on eating it. All right, we're not gonna stop you. We're not gonna slap the pork chop out your mouth. We're not gonna stop the pork bratwurst right out your mouth. We're not gonna, we're not gonna force. No, not the pork brother. Jump in front of you like we're taking a bullet from you. Someone's throwing you a shrimp. We're gonna jump and take it. It hits us in the chest. We fall in slow mo. We hit the ground. No, that's not what's gonna happen. We say, hey, don't eat it. The Lord said, don't eat it. If you're gonna eat it, we can't stop you. We're not gonna go and buy up all the bags of shrimp from Walmart and throw them in the trash. I did a good service to my community. I bought all the shrimps and I threw them away. Now no one can have it. No, we're not gonna do that. If you're gonna eat it, you're gonna eat it. We said don't do it. All right, but hey, and the Lord said don't do it. And we're telling you that the Lord said don't do it. But you want to do it, we can't stop you. Go right on ahead and keep on munching those shrimps to your destruction if that's what you want to do. All right, but the Lord said don't do it, so don't do it. With that, we're going to go ahead and close out. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to elders and apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth and rule well. Shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring. Keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Until next one, Lord willing. Shalom.